The tree cutting has started in Mumbai's Aarey late last night. Protesters continued to protest during the early hours of Saturday as authorities began cutting down trees in Mumbai's Aarey Colony for a metro car shed just hours after the Bombay High Court dismissed petitions against the move. These protesters gathered at this spot asking why can't the authorities wait until a petition can be filed in the Supreme Court regarding the matter. And several activists have been detained after they tried to stop the authorities from cutting these trees at the Aarey Colony, where the car shed of the Mumbai Metro is expected to be built. And in the latest, Section 144 has been imposed in and around the Aarey area in Goregaon in Mumbai to prevent protesters from entering the metro car shed site. These images are from last night's protest where the police were trying to contain the protests. Let's first go to filmmaker Aarey, who has tweeted saying, "RIP Aarey, we have failed you." Thank you very much, Aarey, for joining us on NDTV 24/7. These visuals on our screen show people how the protesters were taken away. In fact, I earlier spoke to an activist and she said about 400 of them were already, the trees have already been axed. What are your thoughts?
I think last night when I saw the visuals, it was very heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking more when you see that there are also people who are actually celebrating the fact that a forest is being destroyed. What really, really angers is, there is something fishy, because otherwise, the minute the High Court orders came out, I mean, one knows that one is going to go to the Supreme Court. It's almost like the government is felicitating that so that overnight as many trees can be cut without even giving the citizens a chance to fight this,
Right.
So it's always that, the sides are already taken, that we will have to lose the forest, and it is not about, and it's always been portrayed that as if people who are speaking against the cutting of the trees are the ones who are against the metro. No one is against the metro. One is just talking that find a different place. Maybe there could be slum rehabilitation and all those things which are also important done. And cutting the trees is not the solution. So I feel that there is a lack of will. There is always big talk whenever there is a world, climate strike day or global warming day. Politicians mean nothing about what they say.
Right. So, you were just speaking about how it appears as if the government is facilitating this. I just want to understand from you, you mentioned the climate strikes, environment and pollution. I mean, all of these things never become poll issues, and Maharashtra is going to polls in around just 2 weeks from now. Why do you think issues related to the environment that affect everybody, they do not get that kind of widespread support?
I think, it's a populist way of looking at things, because right now, though there is a talk, but it is still much more at an elite level. It's not a popular, like in the morning today, I was on the Versova beach with Afroz Shah cleaning.
Right.
And there's more and more people joining, but it is still not a popular, people don't still see it as a crisis. Though actually it is a crisis, the way, we have, everywhere. Like I mean, one knows about what is going to happen with the metro shed. The minute one thinks of what has happened at the DN Nagar, near the DN Nagar metro station, there was so much of greenery there, and it was all cut because of metro, and now there are lots of high-rise buildings coming there. If the government really cared, why can't we have a policy that every building, every mall also has a green policy?
Right.
We just don't think about nature and global warming, and the fact that Bombay is one of the cities that's going to get affected first because we are next to the sea. We are going to be drowning.
So that was a great suggestion that you just made. The Maharashtra goes to polls. Any suggestions, any advice to the politicians to keep in mind?
One of the agendas, and I hope, because Raj Thackeray, Aditya,
right,
has been talking about Aarey, but I hope that, global warming and climate change becomes a part of, some political parties, who mean it, their agenda, and things like how we can incorporate it into our daily lives, not just, making statements and coming for, when Gandhi Divas happens, everyone comes and gives a big speech. and it begins and ends there.